Yeah, I don't think you ever need to express your physical preferences out loud on a dating app. I do love how you jump to allowed though, as if I'm saying there should be some sort of law about this. Very extreme. I think it's in bad taste and I think it makes you look like a jerk, and here's why. Let's say you're going to an auction and the announcer's about to get out there, but before it starts, you go like, by the way, I want everyone to know that I am not interested in anything besides sculptures today. No paintings, no, just sculptures. Everyone would look at you like you're crazy, right? Because what you could do is just simply raise your paddle when they bring up a sculpture. You don't have to talk shit about all of the other artifacts that you don't want to buy when you could literally just look and be like, oh, there's a sculpture, time to bid. Because that is a waste of everyone's time. And again, I'm saying this is for physical preferences, stuff that you can see, because maybe you want to start a family with someone, or maybe you want to date someone who's in the same religion as you. That's fine. If you put that in your profile, I don't give a shit. Like, good Lord, the bio space in a dating profile is to talk about you, not what you want out of other people.
I find it totally funny because that's the exact same thing that women do in their mating process. They're not just concerned about themselves and their own preferences. They want to know about the other one so they can meet the preference. But for some reason, women always want to have the monopoly on who can get eliminated. They want to have the choice to be the eliminators, but they don't want to be the eliminated every single time.
Otherwise, there would be a section for that. Because what you're essentially doing is putting up a sign that says no fatties allowed, or whatever it is that your preference is. And I don't see how you don't think that that would be impolite, or potentially turning people off who you might be interested in because they think you're a jerk.
We do not care.
I am feeling pretty sad today. I just wrapped up a telehealth appointment to begin the egg freezing process, and
Oh shit, here we go again.
I just left feeling so single. I remember when I was in my mid-20s, early 20s, laughing with my friends, being like, oh, if we're still single, we're gonna have to freeze our eggs when we're 32. LOL, we're all kind of joking. And I just did not think that I was genuinely going to find myself single at 31, starting this process alone. And I was just listening to my doctor, who was so wonderful, walk through the process. And the whole time I just kept thinking I just can't believe I'm single at 31. And it would be one thing if I wasn't even trying, if I wasn't putting myself out there, but it feels like I'm putting myself out there all the time. I'm trying to meet him in real life. I'm on the dating apps. I'm asking friends if they have anyone, and it just feels like I'm doing everything that I should be, right? I really am trying. And at one point during the appointment, she was like, you have to inject yourself, or you have to take an injection as part of the process for, I think she said two weeks or so. And I just kept thinking I don't even know if I could inject myself. If I was dating someone, if I lived with someone, that would be easy. But now here I am thinking that's just another layer of me being single throughout this whole process.
And not only that, she's running out of time, and these women are dropping like flies, bro. Every single day, another one turns 30, another one bites, and another one bites, another one bites the dust. It's crazy, bro, honestly. And these IVFs and these egg freezing procedures, they're not 100% successful. I think it's a small rate, maybe between 10, don't quote me on this, don't listen to me, look it up, 10 to 20%. I believe a success rate with these, freezing egg processes. And she wouldn't have to do this had she not thought that she's holding out for this guy. And she probably slept with all of these guys that were out of her league. And she had the wrong perception about the type of guy. She probably already missed her blessing. She probably missed the guy that she was supposed to be with. He's probably long gone, 10 years ago, but she passed up on him. But women don't know this.
And I know that this process does not mean I'm going to need to use the frozen eggs, and doesn't mean I'm not going to meet him soon. And I know that people freeze their eggs for a variety of reasons, and it's just a precaution, but I don't know. Today just really got me. So yes, I am sad today, and I might be sad tomorrow and the next day, but then I'll be okay. I don't know why that appointment got me so bad.
Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. She's most likely going to be cooked in the dating market. She doesn't have the looks. She could get a regular guy, but she's lost in space, guys, to be totally honest. But she says this now, but months later, there was another video where she responded to this guy that, I seen on TikTok all these years, saying something about men getting rejected. And she claimed that men shouldn't even be worried about women whatsoever. But why is she crying, worrying about being single and, getting IVF and, getting these eggs injected into her. Why is that? But let's roll the clip.
I believe most women go to bars and clubs to reject men.
And I truly believe that straight men need to stop thinking about women.
No wonder guys are, just putting kids in your face like a field trip. There's no reason as to why any guy should take you serious. Look how you speak about men. Crazy. And guys, doesn't she look like Derek Coleman?
2025 needs to be the year where men finally realize once and for all that women do not do things for men. In fact, if a club were to open up in New York and the only rule is that straight men weren't allowed, I would enjoy that so much. I would start clubbing again. And two, better believe I'd go as often as I can, and I'd be wearing my tightest of outfits, my sluttiest of clothes. My hair would be done, and I'd have the time of my life because I wouldn't have to worry about a man ruining it.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
Yeah, I bet you won't say no dumb shit like that ever again. Because that's major cap, everything that she said in this video. And it's like these women, they don't bite their tongues. They say this dumb shit, and then later on down the line, she probably said that back when she was 30. Now she's 31. She's at the IVF clinic trying to get, injected because her eggs, they're gone. They're spoiled. They're rotten. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to
buy a dog and die alone.
If he does not call you, don't call him. If he does not text you, don't text him.
Or your husband.
If he doesn't call, you don't call. If he doesn't text, you don't text. If he's not initiating dates or quality time.
Okay, nowadays you've got to match people's energy. And I'll tell you why. Because I was speaking to a guy and
match his energy. If you are new.
Women only want to match a man's energy when it's negative energy. When it comes to positive energy, they don't want to match it at all. So when it's things like cheating, taking long to respond, doing this and that, they want to match the energy. They be like, what would you do if I did that? No, I'ma match the energy. But when it's positive things, like paying for shit and giving her money, taking her out on dates, giving her flowers, opening doors for her, then she don't want to match shit. Matter of fact, they shame you for wanting them to match positive energy. They call you sassy. You also want to be taken on dates. You also want flowers. You also want money. You also want the woman that pays bills. You're sassy. You want to go 50-50? You're a sassy man. I thought you liked matching energy, but turns out you only want to match energy when it's negative shit. When it's positive shit, when it's time for you to do shit for me, you don't want to.
What? Isn't this how the girls walk around the gym?
It's funny, I actually think there's a good chunk of guys who are getting tired of this as well. I mean, he goes to the gym to work out and he might be filmed and then accused of checking these women out when he just happened to glance over in her general direction. Or these women that are wearing almost nothing at the gym. I'm not talking like genuine workout clothes here, but some people are taking it way too far. And I know of a lot of men who genuinely do not want to look at other women like that because they're happily taken. So it might create some awkwardness at the gym for him when he can't even walk over to like a workout machine without having to glance at a woman wearing very little.
This is the one. If you have a boy and the dad chooses to leave, you especially need to make sure he takes his son with him, sole custody, because the boys always resent the parent who stayed, the mom, and idolize the one that leaves, the dad. This is especially true if you're black. He's going to be watching podcasts or in podcasts, holding a microphone all over the internet and in comment sections talking about how much he hates single moms.
We don't ever say, or anybody in them spaces, these podcasts, I never heard them blatantly say, including myself, we hate single moms. We wish that they would never exist. We never ever say that. But women interpret everything that goes against single motherhood or mistakes or single mothers in general that, they attribute it to hating it. It's very elementary if you think about it. It's just like, why are you playing semantics with words?
He's going to be talking about how she ran his dad away, how terrible she was, how she was keeping him away from his dad, how she made him pay child support so he left because they believe that their daddy shouldn't have to bear the financial responsibility of the child they helped to create. They're going to hate you. And you would think it would be the opposite, right? You're breaking your back, going to work, providing, taking care of the child by yourself. But the moment they get to that tweens and teens, you're the worst person in the world.
Because you weaponize the child young. And that actually happened to a lot of guys who were raised by single mothers. 9 times out of 10, the dad, if you speak to the dad or talk to the dad, he'll say, well, the mom was, unbearable. She was weaponizing the kid, saying you're never going to see him again. And, there was no consistent sex. And she just became a nagging woman, and I couldn't take it. So I just left. And that's the ability that men have. It's sad, but we have the ability to get up and create another family elsewhere. But the woman, she wants the woman to bear all the, the heartbreak and, say, oh, she went through so much burden when you picked the guy to be with. And if it was a marriage, you said, from death do us part, to death do us part, and through sickness and health. So I don't want to hear that crap. It's all cope.
And to me, all of that isn't worth it just to say that I was the good parent or the parent who stayed.
Who cares? The point is, it's true. And the problem is women don't like it. They're not used to it still, even though I feel like it's been about 3 years, 4 years, and women are still not used to men being straight up, straightforward, going into, 2025. Ladies, the time is ticking. Every single day you waste trying to fight this so-called patriarchy for the sisterhood, guys are smartening up. Younger men. She said tweens and teens, that's when he'll hate you. He won't hate you, but he will resent you because men, it doesn't take us long as children, as boys, to come up until we understand, okay, this is some BS going on. We're able to put 2 and 2 together and psychoanalyze the situations around us. Men, we have that capability, but for some reason, women are the only ones that have these capabilities. Women are the only ones that can be victims in this situation. Women are the only ones that can, not have any type of burden or hold all the burden and the man get none. Like, women only believe this stuff, but the truth is guys get drugged, guys get screwed around in court, child support payments if they were married and the woman divorced 80% of the time, alimony, child support, some of his money if he has any pension. Like, it is a jungle out here. And it's just young men are learning this. We're building communities slowly, guys. This is a small leap here. These women understand and seeing what's going on, the effect, the podcast, how guys are speaking out, the young men that are coming up in this. At first in 2020, it was about the young women and the effects of OnlyFans and them getting all this money and going on a podcast. First, it was about that. It was about, men saying, oh, that's dangerous. Now men are speaking about what's going on in our community, and we're saying things that have never been said before, and these women don't know how to take it. But they expected us to take this OnlyFans crap, sex work. They expected it. It's ridiculous. They can dish it, but they can't take it. Wild, man. Anyway, this is why modern women, I just believe, honestly, totally, at this point, there's no saving them. They're totally cooked. And, it just is what it is. We're riding it into 2030 and beyond. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. You know who I am. My name's Bountyville. Bountyville up. Mastodon's down. Let's get it. Let's go. I got to get back up to cooking this content that you guys love. I love you guys so much for watching. Thank you. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bounty Villains, I'm out. Peace.
She hate it when I leave, love it when I stay. Trying to make a living. No, baby, not today.